Scoring points in basketball sounds simple, but oh boy, it's anything but that. Whether it's layups, dunks, post-up moves, jump shots, or those fancy three-pointers, putting the ball through the hoop is an art form, and not everyone's cut out for it. And when it comes to the Knicks, they've had their fair share of scoring legends. From inside the paint to beyond the arc, the Knicks have seen players who could light up the scoreboard and electrify the crowd. So grab your popcorn and let's take a trip down memory lane. Here's a look at the all-time Knicks season scoring leaders. Number 10. Julius Randle. Julius Randle's performance in the 2022-2023 season was nothing short of electric, holding down the 10th spot and dropping an average of 25.1 points per game. Randle was on fire for the majority of the season, showcasing his incredible scoring ability. Coming back from a bit of a rough patch last season, he's proved that he's one of the most exciting players in the league. One standout game was against the Washington Wizards on February 24th, 2023. Randle had another fantastic night, dropping 46 points. Unstoppable as he hit 16 out of 29 shots with 7 three-pointers. He even went for a perfect 7 for 7 from the free throw line, leading the Knicks to a 115-109 victory. He impressed with 42 points and 15 rebounds in a win against the Detroit Pistons on January 15, 2023. Randle's performance peaked with a 57-point game against the Minnesota Timberwolves on March 20th, although the Knicks lost 140-134. The Knicks were down by as much as 17 points through the first 3 quarters of the game, and the defense just wasn't cutting it. But Randle, he was dropping a team record 26 points in the third quarter alone, pulling the Knicks back into the contest. The man was on fire, hitting 19 of his 29 shots and 8 out of 14 from beyond the arc, cruising past his previous career best of 46 points. He was on the court for 37 minutes, barely breaking a sweat, and only missed 2 free throws, sinking 11 of 13. But even an all-star like Randle couldn't do it all. He cooled down in the fourth, adding just 5 more points, and the Knicks fell short. Earlier, he led the Knicks to victories with 46 points against the Washington Wizards on February 24th and 43 points against the Miami Heat on March 3rd.
Randle on the drive, stripped by Butler. Randle gets it back. Randle puts up a 3. Bang! Bang! Randle knocks down the 3 with 7/10 of a second remaining.
Against the San Antonio Spurs on December 29, 2022, Randle showcased his talents by dropping 41 points, nailing 14 of 27 shots, and making 6 of 13 from downtown. Even though he added 11 rebounds and 7 assists, the Knicks couldn't close the deal and ended up losing 122-115. Number 9. Amare Stoudemire. Stoudemire's arrival to the New York Knicks for the 2010-2011 season marked a turning point for the franchise, and his impact was felt from the get-go. Known for his scoring and rebounding abilities, Stoudemire didn't disappoint, and his season was peppered with remarkable performances that made Knicks fans sit up and take notice. Starting with a strong showing against the Los Angeles Clippers on November 20, 2010. Stoudemire dropped 39 points and grabbed 11 rebounds, guiding the Knicks to a solid 124-115 win. He was just getting warmed up. Less than a month later, on December 15th, Stoudemire would face the Boston Celtics and deliver a memorable performance with 39 points. The game was a heartbreaker, with the Knicks losing 118-116. But Stoudemire's prowess on the court, including a near game-winning three-pointer, cemented his reputation as a force to be reckoned with.
4/10 of a second, down by 2. Stoudemire for the win. Will it count? Will it count?
The new year started with a bang, and on January 17, 2011, Stoudemire faced his former team, the Phoenix Suns. He put up an impressive 41 points, but despite his best efforts, the Knicks fell short, losing 129-121. February brought another standout game, with Stoudemire scoring 41 points against the 76ers on the 6th, leading the Knicks to a 117-103 victory. His accuracy from the field was on full display, shooting an exceptional percentage to showcase his skill and dominance. The trend continued into March with a 41-point performance against the Cavaliers on the 4th. Although the Knicks ended up on the losing side with a 119-115 defeat, Stoudemire's ability to control the game, hit free throws, and contribute defensively was evident. Throughout the season, Stoudemire's play not only thrilled fans, but helped lead the Knicks to the playoffs for the first time in years. Unfortunately, they were bounced out by the Celtics, but the season remained a high point in Knicks' recent history. Number 8. Bernard King. This guy was something special for the New York Knicks, especially in the 1983 and 1984 season. During the 83 campaign, he averaged 26.3 points per game, leading the Knicks to the playoffs. Though they were ousted by the 76ers, King's scoring ability was on full display, and he earned his first All-Star selection. On January 14, 1984, he dropped 42 points on the Bulls, and he was just getting started. Less than 3 weeks later, he exploded for back-to-back 50-point games against the Spurs and Mavericks on January 31 and February 1. He followed that up with 43 points against the Pistons on February 22 and 44 points against them again on April 6. But it wasn't just about points. King's shooting was efficient, his free throw percentage solid, and he contributed with rebounds and assists too. Despite the team's ups and downs, King's play was consistently electric. Number 7. Bob McAdoo. His 1977 to 1978 season with the New York Knicks was nothing short of spectacular. Not only did he lead the team to the NBA playoffs, but his individual performance also left a lasting impression. With an average of 26.5 points per game, McAdoo was the second best scorer in the league that year. McAdoo's season was marked by several remarkable games. He scored 40 points against the Boston Celtics on December 6, 1977, adding 13 rebounds and 3 assists in a thrilling overtime win. On Valentine's Day in 1978, he again scored 40 points against the Cleveland Cavaliers, along with 18 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. Later on March 18th, McAdoo demonstrated his scoring prowess with another 40-point game against the Philadelphia 76ers, even though it ended in a defeat for the Knicks. His impressive display against the Denver Nuggets on January 22, 1978 resulted in 39 points and 19 rebounds, contributing to a hard-fought victory. Another standout performance came against the New Jersey Nets on December 29, 1977, where he scored 38 points and grabbed 18 rebounds, leading the Knicks to a win. Number 6. Patrick Ewing. The 1991 NBA season was a standout year for the New York Knicks star center Patrick Ewing. Bursting out of the gate with a string of remarkable performances, Ewing set the tone for what would become one of his most memorable seasons. Starting with a sensational game against the Charlotte Hornets on December 1, 1990, Ewing dropped 50 points, grabbed 15 rebounds, and swatted 3 blocks. His 22 of 31 shooting from the field helped guide the Knicks to a triumphant 113-96 victory. Just a couple of months later, on January 29, 1991, Ewing's versatility was on display against the Los Angeles Clippers. In a thrilling overtime game, he scored 44 points, pulled down 17 rebounds, and blocked 3 shots, leading the Knicks to a nail-biting 108-107 win. Despite a loss to the Pacers, Ewing's 42-point game showcased his outstanding shooting accuracy, converting 12 of 21 field goal attempts and making 18 of 20 free throws. He contributed significantly with 16 rebounds and an impressive 6 blocks. Ewing's flair continued to mesmerize fans when the Knicks faced the Hornets again. He delivered an awe-inspiring 41-point game, demonstrating his exceptional skills with 18 of 25 field goal accuracy and a perfect free throw record. In another outstanding game against the Hornets, Ewing put up 38 points, securing 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 7 blocks, ultimately leading the Knicks to a thrilling 134-130 overtime victory. Throughout the season, Ewing averaged 26.6 points, 11.2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2.0 blocks per game. Number 5. Carmelo Anthony. Anthony's 2014 season with the New York Knicks was a standout chapter in his illustrious career. Dominating the league's scoring charts, Melo led with an average of 27.4 points per game, complemented by 8.1 rebounds and 3.1 assists. This performance earned him a spot on the All-NBA second team. The highlight of the season was a 62-point game against the Charlotte Bobcats on January 24, 2014.
Anthony leads in. That shot is good. Carmelo Anthony with the greatest scoring game in Knicks history. He's got 62.
They're going to bring him out now so he can feel the crowd, the love of the crowd.
Anthony's scoring blitz included 23 of 35 from the field and 6 of 11 from downtown, leading the Knicks to a 125-96 victory and setting an all-time single-game scoring record for the team. Melo's season was filled with other high-scoring games as well. He dropped 45 points against the Houston Rockets on November 14, 2013, 44 points against both the Orlando Magic on February 21, 2014, and the Dallas Mavericks on February 24, 2014, and 42 points against the New Orleans Pelicans on February 19, 2014. These performances showcased his diverse scoring abilities, ranging from mid-range jumpers to three-pointers and driving layups. Despite the Knicks' disappointing 37-45 record and missing the playoffs, Anthony's brilliance was a beacon for the team. Number 4. Patrick Ewing. Yep, him again. Ewing's 1990 season with the Knicks began with an absolute bang. On November 14, 1989, he scored 43 points against the Portland Trail Blazers, though the Knicks suffered a close 118-117 defeat. The momentum continued, and he put up 44 points and 24 rebounds against the Golden State Warriors on November 29, 1989, leading the Knicks to a 129-111 victory. His performance against the Phoenix Suns on December 2, 1989 was another masterclass, scoring 41 points and leading his team to a 122-112 win. Just a month later, on January 7, 1990, Ewing's incredible 44-point performance against the Los Angeles Clippers resulted in a thrilling 110-109 overtime win for the Knicks. Perhaps the most memorable game of the season came on March 24, 1990, when Ewing scored an outstanding 51 points against the Boston Celtics, coupled with 18 rebounds. Despite his best efforts, the Knicks lost 115-110. Throughout the season, Ewing averaged an impressive 28.6 points, 10.9 rebounds, and 2.7 blocks per game. His dominance didn't fade into playoffs, as he posted averages of 27.6 points, 10.9 rebounds, and 3.4 blocks per game. The Knicks had a solid season with a 45-37 record, and Ewing's contributions were central to their success. He earned himself a well-deserved All-Star nod for his astounding efforts. Number 3. Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony's 2012-2013 season with the New York Knicks was arguably his best, as he led the NBA with an average of 28.7 points per game. Thanks to Melo's scoring, the Knicks achieved the second seed in the Eastern Conference, and he continued to perform in the playoffs, averaging 28.8 points per game. His best showing was a 50-point game against the Miami Heat. What made this performance truly special was his incredible shooting efficiency. Anthony hit 18 of 26 shots from the field, including a scorching 7 of 10 from three-point range. And let's not forget, he was doing this against a Miami Heat team known for its aggressive defense. But Anthony was unstoppable, pouring in jumpers from all over the court, including his signature mid-range shots that seemed to defy any defense. He also managed to go 7 of 8 from the free throw line, proving that even when the Heat tried to foul him, they couldn't slow him down. The Knicks won the game 102-90, giving the fans not only an unforgettable performance, but a satisfying victory against one of their key rivals. Some other standout performances include a 45-point game against the Brooklyn Nets and two 42-point games against the Atlanta Hawks and Los Angeles Clippers. Overall, Melo's 2013 season was a remarkable showcase of his offensive prowess, helping the Knicks to one of their best seasons in years and solidifying his reputation as one of the top scorers in the game. Number 2. Richie Guerin. Richie Guerin's 1962 season with the New York Knicks is a shining example of basketball excellence, defined by his leadership, scoring, and all-around play. Throughout the season, Guerin delivered standout performances that solidified his reputation as one of the league's top players. He kicked off the season with a 47-point game against the Chicago Packers, followed by a 42-point performance against the Cincinnati Royals, both in November 1961. In the new year, he continued to impress, scoring 46 points against the Philadelphia Warriors and leading his team to victory. February 1962 was a highlight, with a 51-point game against the Boston Celtics and a 50-point triple-double against the Philadelphia Warriors. His performances throughout the season, including an average of 29.5 points and 6.9 assists per game, made him a scoring machine that couldn't be stopped. Number 1. Bernard King. Bernard King's 1984-85 season with the New York Knicks remains a high point in NBA history. He led the league, averaging 32.9 points per game, with his blend of mid-range shooting and lightning-fast moves. Though his season tragically ended with a severe ACL injury in March, he later made an inspiring comeback. Some unforgettable performances included a 60-point game against the New Jersey Nets and scoring 45-plus points in multiple games. Despite the Knicks' lackluster season, King's individual brilliance earned him a spot on the All-NBA First Team in 1985. King's 1984-85 season was not only a testament to his scoring prowess, but also solidified his legacy as one of the game's all-time greats, leaving an unforgettable mark on the sport. So, do you think anyone on the current Knicks squad can overthrow these guys and take their place as a scoring leader? Drop a like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments.